Sit up straight when you're punkering. It's your fault.
I'm not punkering.
No, I think you're going to have to start again.
No, we'll keep going. It's all right. They're like that.
God.
Anyway, that's the wrong series.
It is the wrong series.
We're supposed to be doing Are You Being Served?
We are doing Are You Being Served. Look, we've got
series,
the DVD.
Series 2.
Series
with
2.
With Molly Sugden pulling a face.
Yes.
He's doing a sort of...
disapproving face.
Right. The clock.
The clock.
Yes. So what's the clock about, Lisa?
It's Mr. Grainger is 65.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're 65, you get, because that's the age of retirement, or it was then, it's not now, you're likely to have to go on your 70s now, but you get a dinner, an anniversary dinner.
Have you ever been to any of these?
No.
Oh. What happens when people leave at your place? They just leave?
They when they retire, they get a lunch.
All right.
And then they get to go early.
Oh, early?
Early, yeah.
Oh, because they have this late.
Yes.
After hours.
After hours, yeah. But what's going to happen is at the dinner, Mr. Grace, or his representative, well, if they give you a cuckoo clock, that means you're
on
retiring.
the way out.
So Mr. Grainger is worrying about the fact that you might get a cuckoo clock.
But we're into season 2 now.
Yes.
It's 1974.
It is.
Doctor Who is episode 3 of Death of the Daleks was on the Saturday before.
Yeah.
And yes, I remember Death of the Daleks, but I'm not sure I
okay.
remember this Are You Being Served.
Oh, you were probably in bed when it was shown.
Mrs. Slocum is very purple.
She's got
with
very
her hair.
purple hair, yes.
Yeah. John Ringham's there.
He is, yes.
Getting a check jacket.
A sports jacket.
Yes. Mr. Humphrey's pulling it in to make it snug.
Make it snugger. I'm surprised he can't see it because it's fine doing it when it's at the back, but then he turns around to show him the back and he pulls it at the front. And really, he's only got to look down. Have you seen Mr. Humphrey's hand?
But £30 reduced from 42.
Yes.
It still sounds a fair amount for 1974. 30 quid.
Well, that's what you said. It seems a bit pricey. Yeah.
But yeah, Mr. Grainger is 65. If he gets the clock, he's
out.
He's out.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Mash gets out a display for pussy boots.
Pussy boots, yes.
Now, this is a sort of electric pussy, isn't it?
This is the first of the
sort of set pieces. Sort of
although you had,
visual effects
you had
boxes.
The sort of flashing bra thing in the first series.
This is more mechanical and it does stuff. Its tail goes round.
Its tails go round.
Its head rotates.
And
its
it meows.
eyes light up and it meows.
Yes.
And purrs a bit as well.
Purrs a bit, yes. It looks a little bit like Rose.
But it doesn't take long for it to explode and its sort of head to go up on a stick.
And the front thing falls off. Because the inner workings are exposed.
And I think, again, once it exploded, that was it.
Yes.
There's probably not another one.
Yeah, we have to do this in one take, because once it goes, it goes.
You said Mr. Lucas is in a grey suit.
Yes, he was wearing a brown suit for the first series, I think, and he's now wearing a grey suit.
But they're having a debate over what the menu is going to be.
Yes.
Macaroni cheese is the cheap option.
Yes.
Pheasant is the expensive one. But in the end, they go for chicken and cabinet pudding.
Cabinet pudding, yes. Well, no, cabinet pudding was there anyway. It was the main course.
Yeah, but that cost £1.50.
Yes.
Cabinet pudding, also known as Chancellor's pudding, and we looked this up, is listed in Mrs. Beeton, of all places, so it's been around a while. The sales chart has disappeared in...
It has. You've got the pictures behind
the office,
Rumbold now, but will stay there for the rest
There's
of the
a sort of pin board of notices and sort of notes just pinned up.
I noticed when you come out of Mr. Rumbold's, in or out of Mr. Rumbold's office, there's a mannequin outside with a jacket on, which I don't think, it wasn't there before, and I'm not sure it'll be there much after this episode.
1937 was when Mr. Grainger joined, apparently.
Yes, the day Mr. Baldwin resigned.
So he's been there 37 years, and there's a bit of confusion with Mr. Rumbold again as to who Mr. Baldwin is.
Yes.
So perhaps indicating that Mr. Rumbold is indeed younger.
Yes.
So he should.
Or just prone to
forgetful. There's a ticking sound.
Yes.
In the office.
Yes.
And then as Mr. Grainger exits, he hears the cuckoo going off because the cuckoo clock is in the cupboard.
In the cupboard, yes.
Not very well hidden.
No.
They say it's the 3rd of March.
Yes.
And likewise with the newspaper, 3rd of March was the actual day of recording of the episode.
Yeah.
So that's a nice sort of a nod to real life again. Mr. Mash is dressed up. He's got his medals on.
He has.
For the dinner.
Yes, he's being a waiter stroke maitre d'.
Mr. Humphries hasn't got any medals, but he has got a medallion.
Yes, he's got a huge medallion.
And he seems to have come as John Pertwee.
Yes.
Because he's got this sort of purple jackety thing on, bow tie and a frilly shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not very frilly, but
No.
you know, you can see it's a possible Pertwee,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
What is Miss Brahms wearing?
Well,
What is she not wearing?
she's almost not wearing it. She's got a very short dress on.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, it's so short. At one point, I thought I caught sight of the top of a stocking,
All right. Okay.
but it was a really
I
quick
wasn't
shot.
looking down there. I was looking up top.
Up top. Yes. Yes. It's a very short skirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's
I mean, it's a fashion, but it's barely there.
Okay.
Shall we say?
Mrs. Slocum's already merry, isn't she?
She is. She's had 3 vodka martinis.
Then the band turn up.
Yes.
Madam Trixie and the Trixie Trio.
Yes.
How old are they? They're probably older than Mr. Grainger.
They are probably older than Mr. Grainger. They come across as sort of...
You said it's almost like Hinge and Bracket.
Yeah, sort of cut price Hinge and Bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the hair, you know, the hair's all piled up on the top of the head. And... Right.
Mrs. Slocum comes up with the phrase, trip the tight landfastic.
Yes.
And then the camera bumps, doesn't
it? Does, yeah. It's like, I think he pulls back and he must have
bumped over
something or hit something, yeah.
I said about Mr. Rumbold's sideboards.
Yes.
I hadn't really noticed them previously.
No, perhaps he didn't have them in the first series.
They seem to be more obvious this year.
I'm so used to seeing him with sideburns that, you know. But then, has he got them? I don't think he's got them in the picture. It's hard to tell. It's so small.
Can't really say. They're not very obvious then, no.
Okay.
Anyway, they've got the balloons out. So there's about a dozen balloons stuck on the set.
Somebody spent time blowing up balloons.
Elsie and Doris, the cleaning ladies, come out of the lift.
Yes.
Because it's 7:30 and they've come to do the floor.
Yeah. Do you think that's a reference to Elsie and Doris Waters?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Good point.
Jack Warner's sisters.
Ah. Mrs. Grainger then appears.
Yes.
First time we've seen her.
The first and only time.
Oh, is it the only time?
The
She's
only time,
played by?
Paul Hackney.
And now, where else might I have seen her?
She's in the episode of Whodunit that Paul Darrow's in, the first episode he's in.
What,
A Time to Die, where he's playing it like Columbo.
Oh, she's in the...
Yeah, she's in the beauty salon. She's won a trip to see a show and get her hair done.
Mr. Grainger's looking forward to doing the Gay Gordons.
He is. I'm not sure you can do that with more than... with so few people. I'm not sure. I don't do dancing.
Mr. Humphries wants a dance with Mr. Rumbold, but he ends up dancing with the top half of a dummy, doesn't he?
Does, yeah.
That's rather silly. I noticed the tartan thermos flask on the table.
That's a very 70s image, the tartan thermos
and
flask.
we presume that's what the soup was in,
Yes,
don't
the soup was in, the tinned vegetable soup.
And Mr. Mash has got a huge tin of wine that he keeps...
Champagne.
Is it champagne?
Japanese champagne.
Japanese champagne.
Yeah.
They've designed... It's like a sort of Watney's Party 7 barrel of wine. And Mrs. Slocum seems to be the only one that's
keeps getting
having a
topped
go
up.
at it.
But he only puts like a little tiny bit in the glass, and it's one of those sort of short champagne glasses that they had in the 70s, not a flute, like just a normal glass.
You get a potted history of Mr. Grainger's career with a load of bad puns.
Yes.
Like he was in stationery and the writing was on the wall and all that dreadful stuff. Mm-hmm. He lives in a flat, apparently.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't imagine that.
No.
He gets a combined shoehorn stroke back scratcher as one of his presents.
Yes. You want one of those?
I wouldn't mind one of those. Yeah. I could make use of both ends of that. Then young Mr. Grace turns up.
Yes, having said that he wasn't coming because he was ill.
Yeah. You get another. You get the old Mr. Grace doesn't get about much line again.
Yes.
So we're still thinking about old Mr.
Mr.
Grace.
Yeah.
But Mr. Lucas has to give up his seat, doesn't he?
Does.
And he ends up sitting on a shooting stick,
which I'm not sure you can do on a floor.
on a flat floor that you can't.
But then I
stick
suppose if it's got a rubber stopper on the end.
Maybe. Well, it seemed to have a spike, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Young Mr. Grace gets the cuckoo clock in the end.
Because he gets confused.
Yeah. So, what is it? He says in another 5 years you'll be getting one of those.
Yes. Yeah.
To Mr. Grainger. So Mr. Grainger's let off the hook, isn't he?
Yes. Gets to
Because
stay.
he was quite looking forward to having a bit of time off, wasn't
Yes.
he? Because he says, "Can I have Monday off?"
Yes.
No.
No. Mr. Robert says no. Yeah.
And then the credits roll, and you said Molly Sugden still gets the first credit.
Yeah.
Was it Trevor's second?
Trevor Bannister, Frank Fulton, and then John Inman.
John Inman's a little still down the line. And David Croft is executive producer
he is,
now.
yes. He's gone up a notch.
And Harold Snowd gets his first credit.
No director credit.
We assume it's Harold Snowd
Yes.
because Harold Snowd is producer.
Director.
Yeah. But yeah, not a bad episode, I thought, generally. I mean, I always like sort of Mr. Grainger ones, so I think I'd give that a 7. What do you think?
I think I'd probably give it a 6.
Okay.
So we'll call it 6.5.
Oh, right. Okay, that's fair. But I think the season's off to
a good start. Yes.
And you can tell there are a few changes
Yes.
already, can't you? So we'll see how we're going to go. What's the next one?
Cold Comfort.
Cold Comfort. What's that about? Is that the fires?
The hierarchy of Grace Brothers are quick to respond to government's pleas to conserve the nation's dwindling fuel stocks.
Oh.
But the staff aren't so hot for the idea. Isn't that the one where Mr. Rumbo's got the
fire in his
drawer?
In his drawers, yeah. So that's quite sort of relevant to
the time,
to 1974.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. You see.
Yeah. Little bit of politics.
Social comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we'll come back with that one at some point.
Yeah.
See you all soon then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.